One thing I forgot to mention, and we can talk about it quickly, is Joseph Parker, his junior fight was announced. I think it's a fight. It's going to happen in New Zealand, matchroom thing. What do you think about that? Do you know much about Junior Far?
I don't know too much about him, but I feel like with Joseph Parker, his last few performances haven't been the very best. So I think he's at the stage of his career where he needs to make it interesting. Like he needs to, like, not even just win. He needs to, bring some excitement, and he needs to put in the work that he's been putting on before. Like, I feel like with the Joshua fight and stuff, he got a bit more complacent. He got a bit more comfortable. So I feel like he really needs to put his foot on the gas.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. I mean, I've seen this. I'm not a fan of Joseph Parker at all, really. I'm not like a huge, because for me, I just feel like he's never had a performance, or he's never had a performance that for me stood out to me and made me a fan. Like I've watched fighters and I've become a fan just because of their performance. Do you know what I'm saying? He has no personality outside the ring for me to say I'm going to watch him and I like him. And inside the ring for me, like he's had so many close fights, and that's not a bad thing, but it's like they haven't been inspiring fights. Like Takam was close, Huey Fury was close, Joshua was a stinker. He didn't really go for it. That was a unification. Ruiz Jr., that was a close fight. And the White fight was a good fight. That was one of my favorite fights to watch. But like I said, even though he hurt White in the 12th round,
he was too respectful in that fight, man. I don't like that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see you shaking. I want to see you go there and beat someone. I don't want to see you shaking hands.
He's soft. He's a bit soft, but
before whatever. But in the fight, like, don't do that, man.
He's a nice guy now. I think he needs to get a new trainer. Honestly, I think Kevin Barry is not the guy, bro. Really? I think that's not the guy for him, bro. I think he needs to get a new trainer. But like I said, he's still young. He's like 27. He's been world champion. He's fought Joshua White. He's still got a decent resume, even with losses as well. Like he's all right, But like I said, he doesn't stand out to me. Honestly, as a heavyweight, he doesn't do anything amazing. He's fast. He's got good speed. One of the fastest heavyweights. But I'm not a massive fan of him. Like I said, I'm not
scarier than he looks. Sorry, he looks scarier than he actually is.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. And there's nothing wrong with being a nice guy outside the ring, but when you get in that ring, you need to turn it up, bro. You need to turn it up. But he's a tough guy. I think he's got one of the best chins in the division. He's tough.
And he fights anyone. Like he always wants to with anyone. Like he doesn't cower away. I like that about him.
Yeah, I think Junior Farr is the guy that sparred Deontay Wilder, I think, for the Tyson Fury fight. And I heard he beat him and Parker had an amateur fight, and I think it's 2 apiece in the amateurs. So they've got a bit of a record there. Yeah. But Junior Farr, I don't think he's going to take, I don't know, I haven't watched that much fights, and to be fair, if I'm honest, I haven't watched that many fights. But Joseph Parker needs to start rebuilding properly and fight some good guys to get back in. I know he's lost, but when you lose, you've got to rebuild and fight all these Chad Witherspoons and Alex Leopais. You've got to start fighting good guys now. And maybe Junior Farr will be a good domestic fight in New Zealand to get his desire boiling and hopefully build off that win. Because I think he will win. Probably win on points, probably. And what do you think, though? Do you think that Joseph Parker's career, what's next if he can beat Junior Farr going forward?
With him, right, I think what would be a great, to bring some excitement back into his life would be the Ruiz Jr. rematch. That was a pretty close fight, and I feel like the only reason he won that is because he was champion. If you're a champion and you win on points, the judges are more likely to favor with you.
That was for the vacant belt, though. That was for the vacant belt, though.
Was it vacant then?
It was vacant, yeah. But what's mad, bro? It was in New Zealand. Fight.
That could have been a factor. But what I'm saying is with him, like, not even like he needs to be fighting more guys. Povetkin's not obviously the top guy, but just below that. The people that trying to challenge for the world title.
Yeah.
I say he needs a couple more, 2-3 challenger fights, get himself out there, get himself feared, and then maybe he can challenge for a world title, isn't it?
100%.
Right now he's at the bottom of the list, and he needs to get back up there in the mix.
Yeah, I think if he can get a new trainer, I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to see what he looks like in the Junior Farr fight. Yeah. In terms of my prediction for that fight, I'm going to go with Parker on points, potentially Nate stoppage. But like I said,
I think it'll be a late stoppage.
he's quite fast. He can be explosive when he wants to be. He's not like a one-punch puncher, but he can. Do you know there's a good squeeze in it?
Too much respect, because when you show too much respect, you hold back as a fighter.
But I think apparently he's more meaner now. He's grown the beard and everything, and he's
come on, what's beard gonna do in a fight, man?
But but I heard he's become more like he's more meaner now. That's why I've been hearing. So we'll find out more on it. But
in the pudding.
What's your prediction for that? You should just late stoppage.
I'm gonna say from round 7 to round 10 that he's gonna get knocked out.
Okay. Actually, before you go, bro, let me get your thoughts on the fights happened a couple